The Dallas Cowboys have the NFL nervous, so we're going to be going through that in today's video and 5 other stories, so make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel hitting that red button down below. But let's get into the first story because the NFL is nervous that the Cowboys could sign Frankenstein athlete from an NFC rival before the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys could bring in a former highly touted running back. According to Katie Drummond of USA Today Sports, Chicago Bears running back David Montgomery is a potential free agent target of the Cowboys. Montgomery has served as a starter for the Bears over the past 3 seasons, showing off his versatility in the process. The 25-year-old back ran for over 1,000 yards during the 2020 season, in addition to catching 54 passes, ranking 5th in the NFL among all running backs in that category. The former 3rd-round draft pick was given the nickname of Frankenstein by ESPN2 due to his versatility coming out of the draft. Montgomery was seen as possessing the footwork of Saquon Barkley, the field vision of Le'Veon Bell, and the strength of Ezekiel Elliott, and the athleticism of Sonny Michael. The graphic is from ESPN2 and looks to have been shown during an Iowa State game. Those comparisons should have been viewed more as a guideline than the actual gospel with Montgomery. It does not mean he will be some superhuman version of those 4 backs put together, rather it shows that he possesses a lot of the tools required to be a productive back in the NFL. According to Pro Football Focus, Montgomery has produced a 68.4 offensive grade this season, and those grades are obviously below the Cowboys' current running backs Tony Pollard with 90.4 grade and Ezekiel Elliott 73.3 grade. With that being said, Montgomery has a lot less wear and tear on his tires than Elliott. Although he carried the ball a good amount of times over the course of the first 2 seasons, he ranked 4th in the league in carries in 2020 with 247 attempts. He has served in a dual committee backfield over the past 2 seasons with Khalil Herbert. Over the past 2 seasons, Montgomery has carried the ball 319 times in comparison to Herbert's share of 222, despite missing 4 games this season. According to SportTrack, Montgomery's projected market value is $7.2 million per season across 3 years. In a scenario where the Cowboys do allow Elliott to walk, there is an out in his contract with a dead cap hit of just under $12 million during the 2023 offseason. Dallas would need a second back to pair with Pollard. As dynamic as Pollard is, he has yet to prove that he can be a full-time back in the NFL. In fact, Pollard has carried the ball more than 20 times in a game just once in his career and has had at least 15 rushing attempts in a game on 4 different occasions. It's a big reason why team owner Jerry Jones outlined Elliott's value to the Cowboys while he was sidelined due to injury. There's no argument, Jones said back in October. Zeke's ability to punish, Zeke's ability to deliver, and Zeke's ability, what he does for us in pass protection, and frankly, Zeke's ability to make big plays are there, and we're going to go where Zeke goes. He's integral to our success. However, with Elliott possessing a $15 million cap hit next season, second highest among running backs, the Cowboys may have to look elsewhere for his replacement. The 25-year-old Montgomery might end up becoming that option. So the second story is Cowboys waive wide receiver James Washington. The Dallas Cowboys waived wide receiver James Washington on Tuesday morning. According to sources, if Washington clears waivers, he might be placed on the practice squad. Washington fractured his foot early on in training camp that required surgery, and he spent most of the season on injured reserve before returning from the injury on December 11 against the Texans. Washington played 2 games of the Cowboys this season. He had 15 offensive snaps with 1 target in the 2 games before he was waived. Head coach Mike McCarthy told us in Tuesday morning's press conference that he feels bad about waiving Washington and hopes their paths cross again. The timing of injury was a big part of it, McCarthy said during the press conference. The majority of the press conference was about Damar Hamlin. McCarthy opened his presser, giving his thoughts and prayers to his family. I want to start off by expressing care and concern for Damar Hamlin, his family, thoughts and prayers for full recovery. It's a heavy, sensitive day here today, McCarthy said. Nobody's fine. I think we all have the tendency to say we're good, so that's where our mind is and that's where our focus is. We know what's in front of us professionally, but our spirituality playbook was open today. McCarthy said that the Sunday game is important, but nothing is more important than one another and everyone's well-being right now. He stated that the NFL is a very tight-knit community, and right now it's a lot more than just football. Now, getting into the third story of today's video, the Cowboys won't face Carson Wentz in Week 18 versus Commanders. The Dallas Cowboys will face a familiar opponent in the Washington Commanders in Sunday's season finale at FedEx Field. A mid-season turnaround, spearheaded by Taylor Heinicke, who was starting for the injured Carson Wentz, allowed the Commanders to climb back into the playoff picture before the final month of action. However, Washington fumbled the bag by going 0-3-1 over the last 4 weeks. Facing a must-win game against Cleveland in Week 17, 18, the Commanders puzzlingly pivoted back to Wentz, who had backed up Heineke the previous 3 games. While the offense sputtered in Heineke's final 3 starts, the team remained competitive and he had 5 touchdowns to 1 interception in those games. To say that decision blew up in Ron Rivera's face would be an understatement, as Wentz capitulated in a must-win game in the tune of completing less than 58% of his passes for 5.11 yards per attempt in 3 INTs. With the Commanders eliminated from the playoff contention following the Packers' win versus Minnesota, the team made obvious decision to bench Wentz for Week 18. Initially, Heineke was expected to start, the rookie Sam Howell taking over at some point, but Rivera told reporters Wednesday Howell will make his first career start. Cowboys should win regardless of who's under center for Washington, but playing Wentz would have had Dan Quinn's defense licking their chops. The Commanders' offense line has been a turnstile all year, and particularly in pass protection, and Wentz under pressure is maybe the worst QB in the league. So I think this would be honestly great for Dallas, as Dallas generated 26 pressures, 9 from DeMarcus Lawrence alone, 14 hurries, and a whooping 9 quarterback hits in the game. There's nothing to suggest the Cowboys wouldn't have rattled the former Eagle to a similar extreme even in the road land over. So I think this will honestly be a very big game for the Dallas Cowboys to finalize this win, because they could actually top their conference and also be in a very good position when it comes playoff time. So the fourth story is CeeDee Lamb is chasing Cowboys history in Week 18. The Dallas Cowboys have found themselves in a position where a win in Week 18 can change their playoff seeding. Dallas has a chance to be the 1st, 2nd, or 5th seed in the NFC, depending on how the games play out this weekend. So as the Cowboys get set for an NFC East battle with the Commanders, one player has a chance to make history. This is star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. The 23-year-old receiver has 102 receptions on the year, putting him 3rd all-time in Cowboys history. He sits only 9 receptions behind Michael Irvin's franchise record of 111 in a season, so Lamb can tie it or even set the record with another great game on Sunday. Over the past 2 weeks, Lamb has recorded back-to-back 10-catch games, and he has become the focal point of the offense and will continue to see plenty of targets. With the Cowboys needing to play to win this game, there is no doubt Lamb will be very involved. After the Cowboys traded Amari Cooper in the offseason, everyone knew it was Lamb's time to shine. He has taken the wide receiver 1 role with flying colors and established himself as one of the best wide receivers in the league. Even though Lamb has emerged, Dallas will need more receiver production in the playoffs. Michael Gallup and Noah Brown have struggled to create separation this year. That is why the Cowboys felt the need to bring in T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton has been a great part of this team, as he has bring a lot of that veteran experience that is missing from some of the younger guys, and I think T.Y. Hilton can definitely teach the younger guys a thing or two, even teach CeeDee Lamb a thing or two. Hilton should be able to bring an explosive aspect to the Dallas offense. The Cowboys have had one of the best offenses in the NFL with Dak Prescott under center. The combo of Prescott and Lamb must continue their success come playoff time if they want to continue this streak alive. But the Week 18 win would honestly be fantastic for the Dallas Cowboys, as it would give them the best chance of actually making it very, very far in the playoffs and give them a better opportunity at the Super Bowl. The 5th story is Micah Parsons speaks out on Damar Hamlin. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons lets his voice be heard on social media Tuesday to defend Cincinnati Bengals receiver T. Higgins, who was directly involved in the play that came seconds before Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest. After making a hard tackle against Cincinnati Bengals receiver T. Higgins at Paycor Stadium on Monday night, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin stood up and actually fell to the ground and quickly received medical attention after suffering from cardiac arrest in the field of play. What seemed like a routine football play subsequently led to Hamlin being rushed to the hospital, where he remains in critical condition as of Wednesday morning. I highly do suggest, guys, you all continue to pray for Damar Hamlin and also his family. Hopefully he is safe and he continues to be back there out on the field very, very soon. Now, the scary sequence of events has shaken the sports world at an unprecedented level, with NBA stars, soccer stars, and even others coming out, spreading and expressing their concern for Damar Hamlin and hoping he is okay. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons is clearly one of many that was hit home by what happened Monday, after hearing former NFL linebacker and current TV analyst Bart Scott seeming to direct some blame towards Higgins during an appearance Tuesday night on ESPN's First Take. Right before the tackle, lowers his helmet and he kind of throws his body into Hamlin's chest, Smith said. He's standing up because he's thinking he's got to chase T. Higgins at an angle to make a tackle, so he didn't expect T. Higgins to launch his body back to him. It's one of those things you see as a linebacker. While Scott does not directly say he's blaming Higgins for an accident that nobody could have predicted, he's pointing out at least some partial blame toward the star receiver instead of focusing on the health of Hamlin. Understandably, this didn't sit well with Parsons. "Yo, are we serious?" Micah Parsons said. "Why do we let someone speak on TV? This was a freak incident, but putting fault on another player is wild. They should make some guys go over lines or something, or not even give them a seat at the table." No matter who is right or who is wrong in this situation, I think we all need to continue to pray for Damar Hamlin, and the Cowboys have definitely made it known that they send their support to Damar Hamlin and also the rest of the Bills roster. So guys, continue to keep him in your prayers. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.